Tonight we are going to have some fun, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so what I have here is my customary 14-inch frame. So I've got it color coded tonight with sort of like a tan and a purple. We're going to be using two different meshes, and they're both have a snowdrift to them. The first one is going to be a purple lavender with a snowdrift, and the other one is a jute mesh with a snowdrift. And we're going to be doing the woodland ruffles with these, and we're going to put one mesh in every other tie. So, as customary for me, I'm going to get my piece rock, and we're going to have a lot of world peace in 2021. So what I like to do is I like to curl mine, 3 times. Okay? I like to clip it, flip it. I cut these to 34 inches a piece. And then I just bring it up the middle by ruffling it. And what I'm actually doing is holding my thumbs to where it's like a dam. And what that does is like a piece of folded paper backwards and forth. What I'm going to do with the purple ones is I'm going to put these here in the tan ties. There's a method to my madness. Okay, I'm going to snug them down really tight and twist it a couple of times. Okay, and on the tan ones, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting these in the purple ones. Same method, cut this mesh at 34 inches. I roll it a good 3 times. That's just me. You can roll it however many times you wish. I like mine to be a bigger curl on this method. Some people like a smaller one, and that's all about preference. So then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it in the purple tie. Okay. All of the supplies you see tonight can be purchased on Craft Outlet. And I just made sure I butted my curls up against each other, or my ruffles up against each other, I should say, to make them stand loud and proud. So now we're going to curl this 3 times just like before. We're going to flip it. And I'm going to keep curling. We're just going to keep going. Well, hello from Jacksonville, Florida. We're making a spring wreath tonight. Welcome. Piece of mesh going around the bottom. Like I said earlier, all of these supplies can be purchased at Craft Outlet online, except for the sign. I've had the sign and I can't really remember where I got it at. I should have said that. When I was getting out my supplies for spring, summer, and Easter and all, and it was in it. Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope everyone had an enjoyable new year with blessings of a better year to come. Okay, so we've made it around the outside. I think the brown the jute colored along with the purple is looking fantastic. So now we're going to go to the inside. We're going to do it the same way. I roll mine 3 times. I've cut my mesh at 34 inches. This takes 2 full rows. You'll have a little bit left. I saved that little bit for when I needed some added curls here and there. And I just want to I make a lot of Day of the Dead during Halloween and all. So I'm putting the purple and the brown. So I'm just going to lay this in here, bring it up, tie it real taut, okay, bring my ends together, and spread them out and spread my ruffles out. I make a lot of the Day of the Dead. My husband hand paints the signs. So I do several different layers for a lot of texture in them, because as we know, each color is represents for the culture, and so I do a lot of different textures and layers and stuff in those. So I save all of my little leftover mesh that maybe only 1, 2 curls, 3, but it really helps when I'm trying to come up with stuff, especially colors that aren't in season. Okay, once again, pull that ruffle up it's butted up to, pull the one it's here it's butted up to, and just make sure your ruffle is spread out. There we go. Thank you very much. I love care packages. Thank you. Every day, yeah. So what did everyone eat for New Year's? Or for their New Year's Day? I hear black-eyed peas are real popular. And that's exactly what I had. I fixed a big pot of black-eyed peas. Country girl at heart. That sucker is. I'm going to take it off. Okay, so we've made it all the way around. All I'm doing is pulling it to the inside, to the outside, and that's what we've got so far. It's very full. Very nice. Almost looks baby blue on the camera, but I guarantee you it's like a lavender and purple with a purple metallic. Like I said, I'm incorporating a little bit of the farm in just about every design lately. So here I have, this is actually lavenderish purple with the white daisy. I'm pairing it with, this is a stitched ribbon, and it's purple and with white stitching. Here I have the khaki daisy, and I'm actually pairing it with the gingham tan and off-white. The thing about these ribbons is I cut them to 13 inches. They're both 1/2 inch ribbons. And where I have the purple and with the tan pipe cleaner, Chanel stick, whatever you want to call it, that's the one that's actually going to get the tan set of ribbons. I did that so that the pipe cleaner wouldn't stand out in your face over the top of it. So what I did is I folded it in half. You just want to pleat it together. And then I place it down in my tie. And I tie it down real snug. I'm going to bring these out here. And then I'm going to separate them. And then the opposite over the lavender. I'm going to take just a stick here. This is just a craft stick. I'm going to, tonight, I'm not going to cut these off. I'm going to make them part of the design just to give it another level. And I'm just going to twirl these inside here. We're going to be adding some other stuff to the wreath as we go after we get our ribbons on too. So now we're going to go in with our purple ones. Once again, we're going to fold them in half. Gather them up the center. And since I want them to come out front, I sort of pull them out to the front. Find that purple pipe cleaner. Place them in the center. And then I just give it a couple of good turns. I can go ahead, wind my craft stick up and around, and let it drop. Then I'm going to pull them apart. Like so. Fingers don't want to work. There we go. That'll work. Looking adorable, guys. Okay, one more on the bottom, and we'll head to the top. All my wreaths are shipped through via FedEx. There we go. So we're going to go ahead, and what I think I will do is I'm going to put my sign on first before we put our ribbons on the top. That's generally my rule of thumb and the way I like to create. So here is the sign. I dolled it up with some lavender. Home is where our story begins. How I connected is that I put a little glue down. I take a pipe cleaner and I roll it around in like a little ball on the end. I put it and I staple it, and then I apply glue over the top of it. This sign is looks like it's about an 8 by 11. And I'm wanting to add 3 bows to the top of this. So, what I thought we would do is I thought we would sort of hang our sign out over here and then add like 1, 2, 3 bows. Okay? And then put tails in the, we'll put tails, but we'll still be adding 3 bows. And I think that would look really cute. Okay, so what I use to put my signs on, if I'm not using a wire to do them with, is I use a weaving needle. This is used, and so what I do is I take it, I push it around it, I bend it in half, and I want to go through my mesh down into my frame. You always want to tie your sign down onto your frame. I'm going to go from one corner to the other corner. Didn't have a hold of it very good. And I'm just pulling that through the mesh and down into the frame. There you go. Sometimes you have to help it. It wants to snag on it. I don't want to pull my sign down so tight that it's going to sink my mesh. Okay, so I've got that one. I'm going to go right here where I put this one through. And tie it around my frame. Do the same thing from corner to corner here. Pull my other pipe cleaners up. Okay. If at all possible, get my pipe cleaners from the other ones. I use pipe cleaners that will match my mesh so that you can't tell they're there. Or if I'm using wire, I will use like a silver wire. If I'm using black mesh, I've been known to use black wire, red. Okay, so now that we've got that on, you can tell it's not going to go anywhere, and it's not smashing down our wreath. Okay. So let's go ahead and put on some more ribbons. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, yes, get my craft room cleaned out, would you? So the tan goes in the purple. So that's what we're going to be doing on the top, just like we did on the bottom. Pull them apart. Find my little craft tool or craft stick. And give my little flower there some little antennas, some pollen. Let's go on over here and repeat. Here we go. Don't think. Let's see. If I can get. Nope. I won't be able to get one there. Yeah, well, there's not one right exactly there, but there's one next to it. Okay, one more set right here, and we'll do us 3 bows. This wreath does not scream big, big bows, like big drama bows or anything like that. These bows will be of a smaller, but multiples. And there we go. So what do y'all think so far? So far, so good? Okay. I actually took the, oh my God, lavender. This is the type of lavender we're going to be using, and I put it on the sign itself. It didn't come that way. Okay. Bow time. I'm going to set this off to the side. I use Pro Bow 4-in-1. Okay. We're going to be using the same ribbons as we used in our tails. On the first one, we're going to start with the the purple stitched. Ooh, that wasn't a very good. Fall apart like that. There. Easy fix. I don't need to be so rough with it. Okay. Put those out of my way. Okay. So we know we're not going to have a big bow with long fancy tails. So we're just going to do, let's do an 8-inch tail. I'm going to twist it. I'm going to put it down here. I'm just going to come out to the 5. I just want a 5-inch loop. I'm going to twist it. Come out to the 5. Push it down in there. And I'm going to cut my tail at 8 inches on this end. I think I'm going to go ahead. Let's be a little daring. It's not really daring. We're going to do another 8-inch tail. Squish it up. I'm going to twist it. I'm going to keep it straight out. I'm going to do 2 more 5-inch loops. Twist it. Yeah, that's a good choice. You could just add the lavender to that point right there, and you could be done. And for especially with people that like it really, really simple. Yeah, it does look good. Thank you very much. But I'm just going to take it one step, just one little step further. Because like I said, these aren't big bows. We may only do 2, but we'll see. Once we get the first one on. Like I said, I don't want the big drama or anything like this. And 2, when selling a wreath, it would be really economical just to leave it like that. But we have extra ribbon. We have more ribbon. Okay. Bow number 1. Or, since we ended with purple on the top, I'm just going to pull this out. Okay, it's just a small bow. I'm going to, my pipe cleaner. And I'm just going to twist the bow. Not my pipe cleaner, and that just tightens it up. Okay? What I like to do, whoops, I'm going to set this over here, is I like to I like to fluff my bow a lot of times on the wreath. I don't know where my other one went, so I'm just going to get another one. Pull it through. Get my other one. And pull it through. Just tying it to my frame. But I don't want to tie it so tight that it sinks in. Okay, so I'm going to pull my loops one way, my tail the other one, and I'm going to do the opposite on this side. Okay, and then on the next layer, I'm going to do the opposite. And so forth. If I can get my excuse me, my chin wasn't itching. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over here, and some of these are way too long. Make sure you give them a little curve with your fingers. That way it makes it look like you've got more loops. Open these up. It's by my Lavender, gingham. Did I get it? Let's move these here. I always make a mess. I'm going to trim this one just a little bit more. I'll have to shake it to get all of the What do y'all think? See, just a simple little bow. And I think we might leave it like that. Just one's all it needs. If I start putting them here, I think it's going to lose the objectivity of it. Thank you guys for your support. So what I have here is some lavender that I went ahead and cut off of a bush. And these are quite long pieces. I'm just going to see how they're going to look. Let's put some around. Yeah, I like that. Really, really like that. What I do is I wire these in. And I'll add just a little bit of glue, but I will take the pipe cleaner that I've curled and I will be wiring these in. I sell a lot of my products in Texas, and the heat and glue does not mix really well. So learn from experience. Because if you think about it, mesh has a plastic consistency. Thank you. Thank you very much. And these are also wired. Because you don't want something that you're putting into it just to lay flat. You want to be able to bend it and spread it apart. I'll also be incorporating some florals into the bow. With some more lavender. But that's what it's going to look like, guys.